Yes, I am.
Thank you for your email, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Every day is a good day. Every day is a
How are
great
you?
day. Every day is a great day. How's that?
Good answer.
I'm grateful to be here, man. I really am. So we're going to circle back to where we left off last Wednesday, and I sent everyone
Put on
an
your
email
seatbelt,
this
please.
morning.
I forgot to tell you, and you didn't put it on.
Talk to me, David. Nope, not talking to me, just talking. Okay, I'll keep going then. So we're going to circle back to where we left off last Wednesday, and I sent everyone an email this morning. Now, I'm not going to tell you what's in the email because I want you to take notes. And I pretty much just told you what's in the email, and please take notes anyways. So here's a bullet point list of creating goals for success in 2021, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years. You fill in the blank. I mean, you know how old you are and you know how much longer you plan on living. I want you to set goals based on the rest of your life is what I'm telling you. So bullet point number 1, set a goal with the end in mind. Stephen Covey wrote a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He wrote it decades ago, and it's still a great read if you've never read it. One of the 7 habits of highly effective people is they begin with the end in mind. So what are your big goals with the end in mind? One thing all high achievers, this is from page 72 of Millionaire Real Estate Agent, right? One thing all high achievers have in common is they are working for a big why. The big why is about having a purpose, a mission, or a need that in turn gives you focus. High achievers always have a big why powering their actions. Actions is a key word there. It's the actions that get us to the destination. Actions are the fuel that is in your gas tank. The car is just taking you there. It's the actions that are actually the fuel. Now, your destination, that's your big why. So the next note I want you to write down is, what is your 1-day goal for 10 years to 40 years from now in each of the following areas? Yeah, if you didn't get, I'm reading comments. If you didn't get an email from me this morning, it's because I don't have you on my email list. And johndietz@kw.com. It's better if you send me an email than if you put it in the chat. Just send me an email and ask me to add you to the list. johndietz@kw.com. John Diet with a Z, D-I-E-T-Z @kw.com. All right, what is your 1-day goal for 10 years to 40 years from now in each of the following areas? Spiritual, family, business, health, personal, finances. I'll read it again because I know that was quick. Personal, spiritual, family, business, health, and finances. Where am I right now in relation to my one big goal? This is the R in the GROW coaching conversation. So the GROW acronym stands for, G is for goal, R is for reality. Where are you in relation to your goal? O are the obstacles that are standing between you and your goal, and W is your way forward or your plan. And R, reality. Where are you right now? Where am I right now in relation to my 1-day goal? Set 5-year benchmarks. Based on that 1-day goal, if it's 30 years from now, 40 years, again, based on how old you are, how long you plan on living, what are your benchmarks? Set 5-year benchmarks for each of your 1-day big goals and think possibilities.
John, quick question for you.
Yep.
When you say a 1 day goal, you're not talking about every day. What am I trying to accomplish that day? You're saying basically 1 day I'm going to blah.
Yeah, 1 day way out there.
Okay, I understand. Now I was trying to figure out if it was a 1 day goal, like wake up, blah, 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 or like you said, 1 day I'm gonna own a mansion.
Yeah, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now,
Got it.
right? Yeah,
Got it.
I'm 58 years old. So my 1 day goals are, let's say 30 years from now, I'm going to live to be 88 at least. And my 1 day goals are 30 years in the future.
Got it.
Okay. Now your benchmarks are the goals that you achieve along the way. And what I want you to do is I want you to set 5-year benchmarks based on your 1 day, way out there in the future, big goal, and think possibilities. I want you to create a 5-year GPS for each of your big goals. Now you should have 7, because we had 7 categories that we were setting goals for. You're only setting one big goal for 20 years from now, 30 years from now, for each of those separate categories. Spiritual, what is your one goal for 20 years from now? Family, what is your one goal for 20 years from now? Business, and so on. Now, when I say think possibilities, this is also from Maria, page 81. If you believe something is possible, you tend to focus on the constructive means necessary to make that possibility a reality. If you believe something is possible, you're going to focus on how. You're going to focus on possibilities. You're going to focus on how you're going to make that possibility a reality. Now remember, there's a battle going on up here. And the battle is, you've got this, you can do this. And the other side of the conversation is, you're thinking too big. It's not realistic. You should think smaller. You're going to be disappointed. And you'll actually have friends and even family members who play the part of that other voice, who tell you, think smaller. You're thinking too big. And it's not that they don't want what's best for you. They're actually trying to protect you. All right, create a 2021 411 in relation to your 2025 goals. Remember, we set those 5-year benchmarks. Now, I want you to create a 1-year plan in relation to where you want to be 5 years from now. So create a 2021 411 in relation to those 5-year benchmarks. For example, hold on one second. Let's go to screen share. On one, right one. All right, so I've got an opportunity in this example, and by the way, this is the one I emailed to you if you're on my email list, where I can customize this based on each of the main categories that I have here across the top. And I realize there's only 4, and I told you to create 7. You can change the size of these boxes and customize that as well. Now, after you've created your 411 for 2021, based on where you want to be 5 years from now, you're going to take each one of those individual goals and you're going to create a GPS for 2021. Remember, GPS stands for goal. This is my one goal, then my 3 priorities that I'm going to focus on in order to achieve that one goal, and 5 is for strategies. 1, 3, 5, one goal, 3 priorities, 5 strategies. GPS, goals, priorities, and strategies. So you're going to create a GPS for 2021 based on each of the goals that you put in your 411 for 2021 based on where you want to be 5 years from now. Now, okay, it's 8:44. I'm going to pause in just a moment because I know I'm giving you a lot of information. I'm doing this quickly because we only have so much time on the call. And remember, I know you're writing furiously. Remember, I emailed this to you. So you've got every single thing I'm sharing with you this morning in an outline form. All you got to do is open up your email And if you didn't get an email from me, simply send me an email and I'll forward it to you. All right. Set a weekly date with your 401. Be accountable to the activities and make timely course corrections. Turn your action plan into non-negotiable standards. Standards are about defining levels of performance and then holding yourself and others accountable to meeting or exceeding those levels. Standards are about defining levels of performance and then holding yourself and others accountable to meeting or exceeding those levels. Win the day between 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. Win the day between 5 in the morning and 12 noon. Time block your 5 key strategies for each GPS between 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. For example, appointments, seller listings, and contracts are lag measures that are the result of the 5 strategies, which are lead measures in your GPS, and lag measures happen after 12 p.m.
Appointments, seller listings, and what?
Contracts. Appointments, seller listings, and contracts are the results of the activities, is another way of saying it. A lag measure is the result. It's the goal. Close 36 sales in 2021, lag measure. Lead measure are the activities that lead to the goal that you want to achieve. Now remember, you focus on the lead measures, you focus on the activities, and you turn those into non-negotiable strategies, and you always hit non-negotiable strategies. In other words, it's not a goal. You choose whether or not you're going to talk to 20 people. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I have something else that I want to share to you, and I would love to say that we're going to transition to something. Siri's talking to me, sorry. I would love to say that we're going to transition to something that is directly related to what we're talking about. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. However, it's important. And give me just 1 second. I'm going to find it. I got an email from Alex Kublix this weekend. And in that email, he asked me if I would share something with all of you. And I thought, what could I share? And the more I thought about this, the more this topic came to mind. And I'm going to tell you, it's 100% relatable to a conversation that we're having, which is the last conversation we're going to have in reference to setting goals for 2021. In other words, it's time to move on to something else. We've been talking about this for the last week, and I wanted to tie this up in a bow for you and help you get 2021 off to a great start. Now, that said, question. Is life a lottery ticket?
Yes.
No.
I don't think so.
Yes and no.
You're right, right.
Great question. I think it's what you make of it.
Yeah. But with a
Just like
lottery
you
ticket, we
do.
can't make of it.
Just like you
Every
said.
morning you wake up and you have the choice of whether to be happy or miserable. You can have
Absolutely.
things thrown at you which are difficult, and you can look at it as being a learning opportunity, or you can sit back and say, woe is me, and let it happen to you. The choice is yours.
Guys, hold on 1 second, okay? Babe, would you close Lacey's door?
You're absolutely right. You are so right. You know, this morning I was thinking, I said, you know, people want me to go show them beach houses, and I'm wondering how serious are they, you know? You know, and these are the things, you know, it's like one of my friends said, well, let's take Friday off. I told her the year just started. I'm on a roll right now. I can't take a day off. I could take Saturday off, but you see the negative stuff that's intervening with the positive stuff, you know, shouldn't be, I don't know, it's a little mixed up right now. And it's the first week of the year.
I appreciate you sharing that, Camille. And I believe that both are important. I believe that you going after your goals are extremely important. And I also believe you taking time off for you is extremely important as well. Matter of fact, you taking time off for you is more important. Another great lesson from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is sharpen the saw. If you don't take time to sharpen the saw, then you're cutting down trees with a dull saw.
Thank you. That's, yes.
All right, so I've been working on this for a while. Hold on one second. Okay, had to close the back door because we have noise. So Is Life a Lottery Ticket is actually a title to a book that I've been working on for a while. And I'm only going to read the very first part to you. And there's part of this I'm really struggling with. There's a reason for everything. You wonder why some people succeed and some don't. Does it ever seem like some people do everything right? As if some of us are born with a winning lottery ticket while everyone else struggles to make ends meet. If you want, this is a really serious subject. If you wonder why I'm laughing in the middle, is because you guys can't see what's going on behind the camera, and it's hilarious.
We can hear it.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I mean, I am in a pour your heart out moment, and meanwhile, Monica's walking back and forth, just tearing the house down. So, and she's gonna kill me for saying that.
You only got
It
9
seems like
lives.
some people do everything right, as if some of us are born with a winning lottery ticket while everyone else struggles to make ends meet. Guys, if you're in a noisy place, please please hit mute. All right, I'll mute all. Hold on. Why some people live in beautiful homes and drive luxury cars while others live in poverty. Could it be as simple as being born with a winning lottery ticket? Maybe. Did you choose where you were born or the family you were born to? Did you choose to be born to parents who loved and cared for you, or parents who neglected and abused you? If you were born in the United States like I was, you literally won the lottery. Yet, you could have still lived in poverty, neglect, and abuse. If so, did you really win the lottery, or were you born with a losing ticket? When I was a child, I thought I was born with a losing ticket. Life was hard, really hard. My memories are of a life of poverty and abuse. It seemed that my parents were just pissed at life and my backside. My back, or any part of my body that they could get their hands on, was the target of their rage. The pain of being whipped with thorn-filled switches on my back until I had deep gashes was real. The physical pain would eventually pass, but the emotional pain of being told I was a mistake, that they wished I was never born, would never pass. It hurt worse with every passing day. It hurt so much that at age 17, I gave in and agreed with them. Now, take yourself off mute. I'm walking yesterday, and I'm walking a normal walk for me on the weekend, which is Deerfield to Boca and back. It's about 8 miles, and I'm going down Spanish River Road, I think. And I'm looking at these amazing, amazing, amazing houses as I'm walking by them. I'm like, wow, what must it be like to live in one of those homes? I mean, these people they've all got winning lottery tickets, right?
Yeah.
And well, maybe not, because did they work hard, really hard? Did they sacrifice in order to live there? Yeah, they did. And it's not about that anyways. Here's what it's about. Whether or not you or I ever live in one of those homes, we were still born with a winning lottery ticket because we're here.
Yeah.
I woke up today. That's a winning lottery ticket. I'm still here at 58 years old. That's a winning lottery ticket. And it's what you do with your life, not what you get in your life, that makes the difference between winning the lottery and not winning the lottery.
John,
Yes.
in the Bible, God said, I knew you before you were born. You know, and some people sort of gloss over that. Well, I don't really know what that means. Well, you have to ask yourself, what does that mean? Because did we begin when we were born on this earth? God knows you and said, this is the challenge that I need to put you in to make you into the person that I want you to be. And look at you now.
Valerie, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And look at you now. You know, it's interesting because I know what that means to you, and so does everybody else on this call, but I promise you that I'm like every single one of you. That's why I'm sharing what I'm sharing with you. This is my message based on the email that I got from Alex, excuse me, that I know, I don't know, but I suspect 2021 is going to be just as hard as 2020, maybe harder. And perspective is so important. Perspective is the only thing that can dramatically change the outcome of an event without changing any of the facts. The way that I chose to see my life as a teenager almost caused me to not be here with you today. And life is about changing other people's lives. And you are changing the lives of generations yet unborn with the actions you take today, whether that's for good or for bad.
But John, as you said, perspective, and in all realities, what I'm a firm believer of is if you speak negativity, then that's how you set your mind. So if you say that it's going to be hard in 2021, kind of like I said to you this morning, every year is better than the last. Because when I look over what the prior year was based on the current year, and I can truly say every year has been better than the last one. So we know life gives us challenges. The question is how we go through them. But to keep the mindset set that it's going to be hard, then we set it up to be just that, hard. So change the perspective, change the mindset, as we've been all working on. And just know that 21 is definitely going to be better than 20. And all we can do is strive for our best.
Carolyn, I agree with you 100%. My perspective is always, if you ask me, John, how are you doing? Like Alex did at the beginning of this call, my response is always, it's always a great day. I don't have bad days. Some days are just better than others. I 100% expect 2021 to be the best year of my life. Now, that said, at the same time, will there be challenges? 100% there will be. And how we think will make the difference in how we respond, not react, to life every day of 2021. And here's the thing that I want you guys to get. We're going to wrap this up. Here's the thing that I want you to get. Life 100% is a lottery ticket. It really is. And 100% it's not. Because you don't get to choose. And then you do. You get to choose how you respond to every single event in your life. And it's the response that makes a difference. Not what happened. It's the response that prepares you for greatness. Adversity is preparation for greatness. Most people, when faced with adversity, ask, why me? And your response should be, why not me? Who am I that I would be spared from this particular situation? Or better put, who am I to not be prepared for greatness? Paige, to your question, preparation perspective is the only thing that can dramatically change the outcome of an event without changing any of the facts.
Thank you.
Okay.
John, in your conversation, you basically touched on 2 points that Andy Andrews talks about over and over again. One is the butterfly effect of how you see people and how the outcome reaches out and out to other people. The other point that you keep on talking about is what's on your coffee cup, a matter of perspective. We walk down the street, we see these mega mansions, we see these huge people driving around in cars, and we think that, hey, you know what? They won the lottery ticket, but we really don't know their story. There's a strong possibility of the sacrifice that they have to go through and when they live in that mansion. You know, they give up personal privacy, or they lost a child, or their child passed away because of a drug overdose. Look at what your life is right now, folks. We really, really have it blessed. And we need to go ahead and realize that as a matter of perspective. You know, again, you could live in a mega mansion, you could be flying in a Learjet, and you could be Kobe Bryant's wife, where your husband just died. You know what? The grass is always green on the other side of the fence, and there's a reason for it.
Is that bold law, do not compare our insides to others outside, does that play into this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
By the way, thank you so much for sharing your story, especially as a child.
It's a very small part of it. I stopped reading at the part where, no.
It gets hard.
Oh yeah, no.
And again, right now you could take a step back and look at where you've come and what you've done. And that we applaud you for.
Well, and thank you for applauding me. I will accept that with grace. And I will just say that, and this is another Andy Andrews story, guys. When Joshua Chamberlain was standing on top of the wall, facing the Confederate army as they were coming up the wall to defeat the regiment that he was leading in the Union Army in the Battle of Gettysburg. And they were they were definitely going to be defeated. There was no chance of them winning that battle. You know the story because you've heard it from me and you've read the book, and maybe you don't know the rest of the story. As Paul Harvey would say, that later in his life, he got a letter from someone who was a soldier in the Confederate Army who said, "Twice I had you in my sights. Twice I was ready to pull the trigger," and thought it would be a good thing to rid you of your life, knowing your rank. I was ready to pull the trigger, and something came over me and I couldn't do it. And twice I laid the gun down without pulling the trigger. And Andy Andrews shares that you have a ring of protection around you, a hedge of protection around you that will not allow you anything to happen to you until your mission is complete. And the only thing that I can say, and trust me guys, I get how that may not go over well with some people. That's okay, I understand. Trust me, when Lacey was 14 years old and fighting for her life, I wouldn't have liked to hear that. I wouldn't have. But the only thing I can say is I'm still here and I'm grateful for that. It's not me. I'm not here because of me. I'm here because God had a purpose for me. And whatever that purpose is, he's still not done. And I'm not either. All right, everybody, time to get to work.
What is work? Work is 20 conversations a day, not 19, not 18 or 17 conversations. When I have 17 conversations because it's close enough, I have settled. The 18th conversation could have been $1 million listing that I didn't get and I never knew because I didn't make the call. Do not settle. Go, Chandra.
The purpose of the call is to make care calls. Lead with gratitude always. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate you. Bring value to every single call. Go, Sarah.
Every day in every conversation, focus on getting one face-to-face appointment with someone who wants to buy or sell real estate, getting a referral, adding one person to my database. Go, Shoshana.
Set non-negotiable standards. Live up to those standards. 20 conversation a day is a standard. One face-to-face appointment per day is a standard. Adding one person to my database every single day is a standard. Go, Melissa.
Find someone today that is thinking of buying or selling real estate, whether it's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or 1 year from now. It doesn't matter because I'll need listings and buyers a year from now. I'm looking for opportunity, period. Not opportunity today, opportunity, period. Go, Sarah.
Because I have entered those 250 people into my pipeline, now I follow up with them forever because I reject rejection. No is not a word that lives in my vocabulary. No simply means not yet. Because I followed up every single day, I have created emotional proximity. People do not change their minds. They make a new decision based on new information. Since I have emotional proximity, when they make a new decision, they hired me. I keep calling because success is absolutely guaranteed. Make it a great day.
Woo! Thank you, John.
Wow, that was amazing. Ladies, you made our day. You rock. That was so amazing. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Welcome.
Thank
you, John. Great job, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye.
John.
Thank you.
Excellent call. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Good day.
Thank you, John. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you.
New Year.
Awesome stuff, guys.
Today, but a lot of hope.
Thank you for sharing, John.
Thank you,
My
John.
pleasure.
It's great.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.